Hey everybody, I am back live again. I wasn't going to do another video, but they didn't have to do hardly anything to me at the hospital. They gave me an extra little dehydrate treatment besides the one I take at home, and that was it. My test numbers came out good, no bacteria found, so I am doing good. So now it's just general maintenance. Alrighty guys, well I decided since my appointment only took like 15-20 minutes, I figured I would just go ahead and talk to you guys on my way home. All right, now I want to talk about a few things. I have my helpful tips show. I am putting a lot of work into this, guys. I'm a little disappointed on how the response is. It's because nobody knows I'm doing it. I'm not doing any advertisement, and I'm using Restream instead of YouTube. It's going to be a lot longer before people on YouTube are aware that I'm even streaming there. See, I stream on multiple networks because I'm a global seller. It's more important to me that people in China, South Africa, Australia, all over the planet, it's more important to me that they see me on Restream feeds in all these different networks I'm streaming to all over the globe. That's more important to me than my actual show. Now, I know that sounds kind of messed up. The content of my show is what I enjoy doing. I like helping people. I like teaching. If you go to the Helpful Tips group on Facebook, go to the events column, you'll see there's a big long list. I do a whole month's worth of shows. At the end of the month, I post what next 30 days of shows. I did 30 days worth of shows listed. I'm covering all kinds of topics this month. I've already covered several, and the month hadn't even started until tomorrow. But all the shows each month will have a theme. This is how you're going to be able to sort when I did things. All the shows will have a visual theme for the entire 30 days. If you look, all of them have like a little film with like kind of a yellow background. They say helpful tips. That's what it'll look like this month. Next month, it'll still say helpful tips in some way, but it's going to be a different look each month. That way, all you have to do is go, oh yeah, that was the one where it had the yellow background. And it'll help you sort my shows, because I have so many, guys. It's going to be hard for you to keep them sorted. All right. So my show tomorrow is about social media, setup and what to do with it. I created an app. If you want to go look at my apps, you can use any of these apps for free at any time. I have everything you can need in there. I'm adding a new app for every show I do. I create an app, so when you're watching my show, you can open the app, and you can literally scroll down the app kind of as I go through the show, and you can follow along, you can click the links I'm talking about. That way you don't have to always, it'll take a little stress off my moderator, because my moderator always says, oh gosh, Roger mentioned this, so she's going to look around, find that link, and drop it in there. Because I don't always mention the same thing that I write down. I do whatever the hell I want when I do my shows. If the topic changes, it changes. If people want to talk about something else, I'll make the time to do that. So my moderator is always having to run around, grab links. Well, she's still going to have to do that. But the first link that she'll share on every show will be the app I created for the show. Not necessarily meaning that the show, you can scroll through the app and it's going to be exactly what I'm saying. But I tend to use the app visuals as my backdrop as I talk about whatever we're talking about. You can watch my shows and you'll see what I mean. My shows on Tuesday in particular have a little video spiel, is what I call it, in the middle. And I don't really look at the comments. Sometimes I don't even put the chat on the screen. And I talk about what we're there to talk about. Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I've got my eye on the new electric Honda. I really like my Hondas. So that's all coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun, these shows. But like I was trying to say originally, I like that car too. I'm looking at the new cars. There's several new cars I just drove by. That's kind of nice. I like that. What is that? Acura? It's a little small Acura I just drove by. Well, that's neither here nor there. So the show is always on Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Tuesdays, hopefully starting next week again, my friend Debbie Does Sales is on her channel at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. So this is the routine. Most of our friends watch Debbie's show first. She draws in a lot more traffic than I will. She always will. She transmits on software via, so it's a lot harder for me to get butts in the seat. But it works very well. She can get you excited and understanding what you got to do to sell something. She gives you all the basics that you need. Then after her show, I always watch her show first. On Tuesdays, I only do this on Tuesday. And then after the show, her show on Tuesday, I take about 5 or 10 minutes of my show, depending on how good the topic was and how much engagement I'm getting. I always will mention, by the way, in Debbie's show just before mine, she mentioned blah, 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 and then I will share one of my apps or instructions on it or more information or what you can do the next step. So it works very nice. And I've been noticing it helps my business a lot. See, she draws in a lot of people. I draw in people that want to know the answers. That's what I draw in. I don't draw like social engagement that much because I don't really engage that much social. She does. She's very good at drawing in the people. So she draws in all these people. She doesn't want to have to spend a whole lot of time going through all the technical crap that I'm teaching all the time because it's a pain in the butt, guys. It really is. You're teaching something that's complicated to someone that doesn't know anything about it. You can use a lot of your show time. Well, people that know about it get bored and leave. That's okay. In my show, not good in hers. So she doesn't want to spend a lot of time on that technical crap. She will if you ask her about it. She'll give you any answer you need. But she'd much rather say, well, you know what? We're talking about the basics of setting in your item specifics. Roger shows after mine. He will tell you what to do with those keywords and item specifics beyond the platform. That's things you can do for free, like make little microsites and stuff like that. You want to find out what you can do for free to make your listing sell double as well? Roger will help you out right after my show. So what she does is, she doesn't have to spend a lot of time explaining Google SEO to people, except for the basics. You do this and this works. You do this and this doesn't. She didn't have to go into the nuances of what you actually have to do because she will lose viewers when she gets technical. It happens to everybody. My whole show, I have the fun, charming stuff in there too, but it's mostly technical stuff. Like do this to make this happen, so it's training. So it works really good. I much rather her draw in large numbers of people. Let her show get ginormous. I only care that I have 1,000 subscribers. Let her show get ginormous because every show she does, she plugs me. She says, oh, by the way, we'll talk about this, but you know what? You need more information? We're not going to waste the time on that. Roger will tell you how to do it, or Roger will hook you up on a website, or Roger will do this for you. Just check out his show after mine. And I listen for those cues because that's her nicely saying, I really wanted to cover more of this topic, but people are getting bored with it and I want to move on. So I can catch that she's like, okay, she wants to teach more here. I can do that in my show. Not a problem. So it works very well. Now, another show that I'm kind of in cahoots with, but not exactly, is Bolorama. Now, Bolorama, I give him cross promotions constantly, every day, all on Facebook Live, every Sunday. I give him cross promotions. And I'll say, not giving Jay money. I give him just the little basic Patreon because that's all I can afford to do. But even without giving him tons of money, like a lot of people give him a lot of money to get mentioned on his show. Anytime I'm in there and I'm making little comments, Jay still, even without me giving him money, which, this is very nice. People don't realize what it's like to run a show. When you run a show and you are dependent on the subscriptions and the donations to keep it running, and Joe's show is extremely expensive. He just went to eBay Open, thousands of dollars. He's got to pay for that somehow. To give a plug to another show that's not paying means quite a bit. And he does. He doesn't make a big deal out of it. But he'll always make some sort of little offhanded comment without me paying or even asking for it. He'll always say, well, Roger makes really cool websites. If you need a basic good website, it's not going to cost you any money. Roger will crank it out for you. Or it'll cost you very little money or something. He always gives me some sort of plug, either for my website. He doesn't really plug my show. You got to be careful plugging shows because, you kind of sell someone to watch this show, their reputation and yours kind of become intertwined. Now, that's not a problem. but it's not a good practice for a show. And yet he still does that every time that he feels like it. And pretty much every show, if I'm in it, and I watch all of his Sunday shows, I watch all of them, but I don't always catch them live. But if I'm in there live, even if I don't donate any money or just make even that many comments, he'll know I'm there, and he always kind of mentions, he helps out a lot of people. He's a pretty good guy. He'll do something to give me a little bit of traffic, so to speak. And I appreciate that. But I do want to make it very clear. Debbie and my show are totally separate. Debbie does hers, I do mine. But we definitely want cross traffic between the shows. We don't care. When I mention Jay's show, I'm sending you to go see something that I'm supporting because I really like Jay's show. Jay aside, the person that does it doesn't matter. The quality of what he puts out and the information is really good. I actually like him. A lot of people don't like people that tell the truth. Okay? That's another reason my show has a lot of obstacles. I get a lot of eBay followers. Remember, guys, I was huge on eBay. Even now, there's not one bit of code on eBay that I don't understand. So, well, that's not true. Some things, but mostly I got it all down. So, I get asked a lot of eBay questions. Well, I lose traffic because I don't sell on eBay anymore. I think I've got a store that's closing there. That should be closing. Crap. Should be closing hopefully today or tomorrow. Because there was no profit in the product lines that I was carrying on eBay. When I say that, the eBay loyalists, so to speak, they think it's the old eBay. It's not. But they get their pennies in a bunch when I say, eBay's no good for profits. She's going to mess up my platform. I'm not doing a thing to your platform. They're doing it to themselves. But that doesn't mean that I dislike eBay. I don't like the new eBay game you have to play because it's not profitable. Not for my product lines. So I decided I wasn't going to mess with one product line. My niche on eBay for 10 years was to have the same Chinese products that you buy from China but get them to you fast. 150 times a day I was doing that. Every day. They changed the search engine, went to 0. Now I've got it up to about 25. That's not worth my time. I have 5 thefts a day. That is the average thefts Keywebco has. Remember, I'm high volume. I've had 5 thefts, between 3 and 5 thefts every single day for about 2 years. Before that, it was once in a blue moon because I had a restock fee. Seriously, guys. As soon as they did that free returns and took my restock fee away, my thefts went up by 700%. Now, I have, and I didn't care when I had 150 sales a day. 5 rip-offs a day, big deal. I'm making plenty of money. So I didn't worry about it. Well, once they changed the search engine, I don't have that customer purchasing anymore. Customers aren't buying anymore because they can't find your items. The only ones that still find your items are the 5 thefts you have a day. So the theft level remains the same or goes up, and the sales drop out. If the sales hadn't dropped out, I would ignore the thefts just like I did for years. And I don't ignore them, I report them all. But it wouldn't matter. You take away my customers and leave only thieves buying, I can't use your platform. Now, they sang that same song and dance about improving seller protection against buyers. They sang that last year. I have a feeling they're going to do a little bit better job this year. Because trust me, whatever happens to my eBay store is directly reflected by the stock investments from China. My best friend runs a conglomerate in China. I cannot say the name. I have a confidentiality agreement. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who it is. Just look at my store. Everything comes from him. Keywebco.com. Owns that. Where all these products come from everybody. Just giving you a little tip here. So I will never have difficulty finding products. And I don't pay anything. Nothing. So that's what I have to do. I had to change my business from products that I was spending. I spent $1 million on products that's sitting in my warehouse. I will never sell one of them because I don't even have them listed now. I took them all down. No reason. Just paying a bunch of money for nothing. I'm going to sell all that Chinese crap off at yard sales or whatnot. I'm not even going to put most of it online. Now, I do have about $180,000 worth of high-end toys and stuff. I'm going to list those in my private websites, keywebco.strikingly. Actually, they changed my URL. It's now keywebco.mystrikingly.com. keywebco.mystrikingly.com. You will see the embedded global store in there, but you will also see about 8 listings. That's all out of 6,000 some I had last year. You'll see 8 listings that I moved from eBay over to that Keywebco site just to see how it would do. It's very easy to do. I can't import it. I have to do it one at a time. So what I'm going to do is I have 3 little Strikingly sites that have stores in them. 3 little stores. Each site that I put out has a particular focus. Like I have the helpful tips one, that's about my show and e-commerce. So the items that I have left over from eBay, like office supplies, those kind of things, the ones I don't sell in bulk, I will put those in the site that's designed for people that are in business. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, the only thing I'm out is the time to make the listing. It costs me absolutely 0 money to list there. So basically, I'm going to use my stores, my little micro stores, call them micro stores. I'm going to use those like affiliate links to my own products that I have at home. Even though they're not affiliate links, yes, it's to my store. I'm marketing those as if I was marketing affiliate links. For example, if I have embedded from my big global store, keywebco.com, if I have embedded attaché cases, high-end attaché cases, and I happen to have in my local warehouse a folder, like a leather binder that fits and matches the attaché case, I can have the attaché case from my global store embedded, and then underneath it, I can have my own item that's different right next to it. It doesn't matter where they buy, they're still always buying from me. So that's kind of what's going on with what's left of eBay. I fortunately wised up early enough that I only ended up losing about $1 million. I know that sounds like a lot, but compared to what I could have lost, it's nothing. Could have lost a lot more than that. I had just placed an order for 4th quarter last year when they flipped the switch. I mean, literally, they flipped the switch about this time last year. I had just had about $350,000 worth of products arrive. All of those are still in my warehouse. So that, what I made the Christmas before, disappeared. Could have been worse. I could have placed all of my orders and then it would have been closer to about $1.5 million I'd be out instead of $1 million. Now, when I say out $1 million, that is the value of products that I cannot sell. I did not spend quite a, well, actually, I didn't quite spend quite $1 million. That's what it would bring in. So I actually spent about $690,000, I think, on products that year. Now remember, I was selling 150 items a day. The day I got and paid for my order, the $300,000, they flipped the switch. So I went from 150 sales a day one day to 65 the next to 0 the day after that. I managed to get that built up to an average of about 20. And that's being a pro. So eBay's dead to me. I cannot continue to pump money into things that won't come up in search. If I'm going to do the work to funnel the traffic in, yeah, I can still sell on eBay if I do all the work, if I funnel the traffic in, if I push it to Google and do all that stuff. Well, if I'm going to do that, I'll just put it on my own darn website, not pay any 10% to someone to do nothing. So that's why I'm not on eBay. Now, I will put listings on eBay. Again, I want my store to completely close out. I don't want Keywebco's name associated with eBay anymore. eBay's not really good for my reputation, to be honest with you. So, I'm disassociating myself from all platforms in a roundabout way because I'm going to be my own. So I am removing eBay. Now, I will keep my eBay fans app and all that stuff, and I'll still engage all the eBay people, and I will be back on eBay. But when I go back on eBay, I'm only going to do an auction site. And yes, you're probably freaking if you know me. I never use eBay auctions. I hate them. But when I go back on eBay, what do you think I'm going to be moving? entire lots of products that won't come up in search for me on eBay. Remember, I'm not a niche store, so I have thousands of products that no niche is associated to. So it's more complicated for me even on eBay than a normal person. I did that on purpose. My old business model had helped me. Now it didn't work. But what I'll be putting on eBay probably in about 6 months. I want my everything to close, everything just to be gone, and then I will open a brand new eBay store, probably called Keywebco Global. I may just call it Dragon Deals. Probably just call it Dragon Deals. That's based on my dragon, same logo. But I'm not sure what I'll call it. Probably Dragon Deals is what I'll call it. And I will make a new store, and everything in that store will be auctions. It will be 400 Hello Kitty toothbrushes, 100 Libby drink glass sets, 50 towel sets, 200 comforter sets, 400 solar baubles. Just huge lots of whole listings. Basically all my multi-variation listings broken down. Whatever I can't sell off locally, put in a big box, labeled, put in auction on eBay for liquidation. That's what I'm going to use eBay for. Getting rid of everything at a loss. eBay's really good at getting rid of everything at a loss. So that's what I'm going to use it for. But now you hear me ragging on eBay for my business. However, I will tell you how to do eBay where you can make a lot of money. I could have stayed on eBay and made a fortune, but I don't want to gamble or risk any more money than I've already wasted. If I had $10,000 laying around, which I would have if I didn't have the reduced sales, I would have gone out and bought my own brand. I would have spent another $10,000 to $20,000 to get the customers to search for my brand on eBay. I'm not going to invest another $20,000 when I have $1 million worth of stuff that I am not going to be able to move. And there's no guarantee that after investing that, I can actually get the buyers to look for my brand. So I'm not going to take that gamble. I've already lost enough. However, the skills and the talents and all the algorithms and all the things that I learned on eBay have made it made the essential juxtaposition of why I was able to turn into a global store. So it definitely, I could not have done what I am doing today if I did not have a 10-year stint at eBay. As a matter of fact, I couldn't do what I am doing today last year. I could do it, but I would not be successful, or that successful at it. Now, I know pretty much everything I need to do, and I've done most of it. The only thing that really still is god-awful terrible and sucks at keywebco.com are my collections are awful and my tags need to be all redone. And that is a mammoth undertaking. It's been so long since I've gone into product search and done the refining to specify just the particular things that'll come up in the titles. It's going to take me forever to redo all that. I'm very tempted just to pay the money and have it done, because it needs to be all automated. I import and export hundreds of products a day. For example, today I'll probably add about 200 or 300 products, and I'll probably have 300 or 400 products or less, it depends, sell out, and the numbers have to be changed. It's all automated. But because of the automated import of products, I need those to automatically tag based on what the product type is. Doesn't do it right. It's supposed to, but it mistags a lot of stuff. It's almost better to just start over. And I may just remove all tags from all products in my store. I can do that fairly easy. And literally go back one by one and tag every freaking product. I hate to do that because I'm gonna have 10,000 products. That takes a long time to do that. If I'm gonna use the auto tagging, I've got to set up a better way to do it, because it just doesn't work right. Now, that doesn't mean if you do a search at keywebco.com, you'll come up with your items, but you're going to see some things that don't belong in there, and that's because of the tagging. I've been working on it. The only department that is halfway done on the collections and tag is men's clothes. If you do look at men's clothes, not the collection, I don't have any navigation breakdowns like men's shirts, size, all that needs to come. I haven't done that yet. But the tags are good for my search. I have a very good search engine. It also includes products and blog articles. So if it's in the Keywebco site, you can find it with the search engine. So the last big obstacle I have for my Keywebco global store to actually be professional is what I should have done at the very beginning. I did everything in reverse. Is the tags and the collections and the navigation. So you can just go to the navigation bar and say, I'm looking for clothing, men's shirts, this size, and it'll pop up. I don't have that. You would have to use a search to find that. That's not good. Now, a lot of people won't even notice that, but I do, and it's unprofessional. So I have, if I pay to have it done, it'll be, I can't pay the VA because it needs to be a professional that does this. A professional on Shopify. Otherwise, you just spend hundreds of hours editing. A professional can go in, they know exactly which phrases, exactly which words will work, exactly what to combine. They can go in, fill out all this stuff in 10 minutes and be done. But they charge a fortune for it. It's probably going to cost me about $600 to get my store at the professional level that I need it at. Not the professional level I needed to make sales. I'm making sales now. I'm doing very well with my global store. But for it to be properly indexed by Google, for the buyers to have no difficulty whatsoever finding exactly what they want, even if they're window shopping, I must get that last little bit done. I have size charts. Hopefully that gets paid today. Damn, I have to do a money transfer. I forgot. Shit. Sorry. I just realized something. I have size charts in there. They pop up on any clothing item. I also have a size recommender. You put your weight, height, size, and all that, and it will tell you what size you need on any product within my store, no matter what measurements they use to determine the size. A lot of it's Chinese measurements. I've got European measurements. I got all kinds. My products are shipped from all over the world. So, yes, all the different sizes are in there. So we have the size chart. Reviews is a long and tedious process. If you find one of my products with a review, you will see how valuable those reviews are. They have pictures, they have comments from the buyers that have bought those all over the world. Reviews are, again, not really one at a time, but pretty much one at a time, made live. So my VA is doing the reviews. That is going to take forever. Every product has to have them put in. So that's going to take forever. But they are being added. And if you find a listing with reviews in it, you'll see why those are so important. So all the basics are done. I have my little video pop-up that says welcome. I want to fix that a little better. I have my little sales pop-up that tell you to spend $50, you get 10% off. I have affiliate marketers. Excuse me. I have affiliate marketers. They stomach issue. They share my products around. If they sell, they get 5%. They get another 5% bonus at the end of the month. So that helps share my products to markets I don't have. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. I don't do very well when it's wet. So I have affiliate sales. I have several log into new all the time. So they help get the products around. I have apps and different things that draw people in. I have blogs. I have different shows and topics. All of these all funneling back to my website one way or another. So I have all of the basics that I need for my store. I've been running it. I'm actually making some profit. I have all of the typical own website issues. You know, theft is always a drama online, guys. eBay theft was astronomical for me. I've only had a few situations on a website. Much more difficult to deal with theft on a website than it is on a platform. For example, my tracking company sent out a pair of shoes. German shipping company. Very expensive shoes. Well, unfortunately, it was to a scamming buyer to begin with. Because the minute the item was marked shipped, they hadn't received it yet. I mean, like 3 days after they ordered it. Then, a few days later after PayPal took that off and said, well, yeah, you just shipped the item, they filed item received not as described. On PayPal, it's a little different. So, they took my money, they put it right back on because they said, well, the guy hasn't even gotten the item yet. Then, he gets the item, but the shipping did not update. It's already been archived. It's a nightmare to get your shipping from a foreign country after it's been archived. It was marked delivered, so it's never been archived, but they didn't update the software for the tracking. Since it's already been archived, I have to do this big, formal, dramatic thing to get either them to post the verification that was delivered, and then PayPal will reverse the decision, because that's what PayPal said. Yeah, we know we got it. It didn't update. So PayPal was waiting to reverse the decision, but it didn't update. So as soon as you get on there and you get that updated, we will reverse that money immediately, because we know they got it 2 weeks ago, based on the email communications. So I'm out $130 until I get that sorted. Now, if it never gets sorted, and I can show the supplier that since they did not update the tracking, even though the buyer got the item, they are then responsible for it, because they didn't update my tracking. It wasn't like it didn't update from the service to Robello and all that. It actually updated and showed it delivered, but it didn't update the tracking on the server. So you will run across a lot more of that kind of drama than you do on eBay. They don't always do it. It doesn't always work right. So you will have some dramas like that. You will also have on your own website, you will also have the tax issue you have to consider. Now, I am a huge global business. I have other businesses. I already have my tax software, so I can pay taxes all over the world. That is a huge investment, guys. You have to understand, when you're using a platform, all the things that make it work, eBay pays for. When you do it on your own, you can't just shortcome the taxes and all that. You have to have every bit of software that a platform has. That is done. That's why it took me a year to get going. The only thing that's crappy in my store now are my collections and my navigation. I need to improve that. I also have some load time issues, which I'll improve as I go along. See, I wrote a lot of my own code. So, as I get better at improving the speed of the code, sometimes I have to have a process go 2 or 3 times, like 2 or 3 steps before I get it to do what I want. Well, a friend of mine at Microsoft is looking at all my code. It's a friend I've had for years. And he said I did a pretty damn good job for not knowing what I'm doing. But what he's doing is he's going in there and taking, like sometimes I'll have to use 3 strings of code to get something to do what I want. He's going to go in there and say, oh, he doesn't need all this. And he'll go in there and write a little string of code to speed that up. That's what makes my site go faster and faster. My site used to load real slow. I mean, real slow. It's still slow, but real slow. The reason it's gotten faster is because the code I've written has been being trimmed down by a friend of mine. So I have all the tools and everything in place. I have all the tech, all the products. I have everything ready to go. And my global store is already booming. And I can't wait until it really booms. Say, I haven't even run. Oh, good. I don't have to open the gate. I haven't even run a Facebook ad yet. When I do, I should really boom. Alrighty, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening. Rattle on and on and on and on and on a little bit about e-commerce. I will see everyone tomorrow morning, and then I will see everyone tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Keywebco YouTube channel. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.